Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. So let's try and make a speaker spike isolation set of feet. These are like the three normal options. You've got these things here that you can put under the spike. So this would be a speaker spike, and this would be some kind of isolation feet underneath. And they all have, like this is plastic, this is some kind of metal, and there's some other metal in shape. They all to some degree have a different sound when they interact with the spikes of your speaker, and depending on if you have like a thin wooden floor, a thicker one, or stone floor, whatever, it does make a huge impact on the sound. And you can buy all kinds of things that are really expensive. So here's what I did. It's not a perfect solution, but at least for you, you can make it for free almost. So here's what I did. I bought some yoga mats in some kind of a hardware store. In my country, it's called Harald Nyborg. And I bought like 3 meters of this for like, I don't know what it costs. In my country, it costs like $8, $10, but in your country, it most likely will cost around $5. And I just cut like some small square shapes. You can cut in another form if you want, like triangles or whatever, and just like snip two pieces, and then you get some compressed soft wood that you usually would use for building a ceiling in a room. In my country, we call them loftpaneler, which is basically just ceiling wood or whatever you would call it. And I happen to have a couple of these things lying around since I built my room, and it's softish type of room. Now, if I went instead for some kind of a I don't know what you call it, some harder wood, I could do that, but it would change the sound, so it usually wouldn't be as comfortable and pleasant to listen to. So I would suggest this softish type of material, and then you just basically glue this thing on one side and the other side to this thing here in the middle. So you create like a speaker foot sandwich thing, and it makes the sound more fun, more bouncy, more warm, more organic, more forgiving. Yeah, it removes a bit of that attack and that slam and that punishing sound that you get. But you could have a bit of a hard time getting the treble to calm down and play with the mid range and the bass. So if you've got issues like that, this is like a perfect way of dealing with that, because I really don't like having just any speaker with any form of spike directly on the floor, or on these metal things or plastic feet that you normally get on eBay, because it's a very unharmonic type of sound. So what I did is not as accurate and perfect compared to these really expensive feet, but I still think that a lot of people will enjoy this type of sound. So, but yeah, you could also just have your spikes go directly into the wooden floor. That is to some degree a better sound, but you just have to know that when you do things like this, you're creating a sound that's more reactive and honest, which isn't always a good thing, because it puts a higher demand on your entire system, and you will be able to hear more faults with your system if you have spikes that go directly into wooden floors, especially if you've got these parquet floor, which are these very thin and hard plastic wood type of floors. So just be aware that it's an option that you have, and I just wanted to share this with you guys so you could make your own basically for free. So that's me logging off. And yeah, hopefully I saved you a couple of $100 on doing this, so you don't have to buy some really expensive fancy feed. But yeah, just an extra option that you can try. So that's me logging off. Have a nice day.